I want to win a race. I can only win a race if I'm still in the race. I don't need a complete reset. I don't need to shut down. I need to lower the intensity and make sure the consistency is still there. Sometimes it's a season of extra hard, and you got to be able to come off that red line a little bit so you can keep going to the end of the finish line. When you push too hard, you sometimes crash. Recovery is part of efficiency.
I'd rather be sidelined trying to achieve greatness than watch greatness achieved and it only set on the sideline. Now introducing your host, Jacob Emery.
This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by Unlocking Greatness with Jacob Emery, a coaching community built for those ready to become the strongest version of themselves. Weekly calls, proven playbooks, and a community built to grow. Greatness is not given, it's unlocked. Join us today at jacobemery.com or DM coach at jacobemery44 on all social media platforms.
If you're anything like me, you have been a very fast-paced individual throughout your life, always on the go, 350 mile an hour. I used to have a quote, I'm like a top fuel dragster. I'm going to go 350 mile an hour, but every once in a while, I'm going to blow up and need rebuild. And what I mean by that was I was always on the go, persistent as ever. But then I realized sometimes that persistence without any reasoning, or that persistence and being so intense creates a lack of consistency. The truth was I was going fast for no reason sometimes, just digging a hole, but not actually moving. So for years, I believed that recovery and rest and taking time off or replenishing yourself was a waste of time. We got to go. We have no time to do that. We have to do this thing to get it done quicker. What I realized was eye-opening, because the reality was the burnout and the setback of that burnout is more costly than the maintenance along the way, where you're settling with the go. You're go. But you're not set in that way all the time to where you stop completely. Always falling forward if you fall, but not falling backwards a bunch of steps. Knowing when to go to the red line and not going past it. I like to think about how I operate on a red line. If you look at a car and you got a race car and it's got a red line at 7,000 RPM and you're just constantly going right up toward that red line, I don't want to go past it because that's when bad stuff happens. I want to stay just below that red line, sometimes maybe just a little bit further down, and you end up getting what you want faster. That's the thing that's often overlooked. It's not about how fast can you get there. It's about how fast can you get your desired outcome and how efficient can you be along the way. Because if fast is the only protocol for success, I can get somewhere pretty fast, but the quality won't be there. The end result won't be what I wanted. The team will be the team that's involved will be burnout. So here's how I learned to kind of look at it without losing drive, because it's hard to find that sweet spot. I want to win a race. I can only win a race if I'm still in the race. So availability is the number one ability sometimes. I am not capable of finishing the race if I'm sitting on the side with a blown up engine, if I'm broke, if I'm not able to get to the finish line. So what needs to happen for me sometimes is I don't need a complete reset. I don't need to shut down. I need to lower the intensity and make sure the consistency is still there. This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by R&R Pipeline Inc., an infrastructure company. Join our team today at rrpipelineinc.com. Sometimes it's a season of extra hard, and you got to be able to come off that red line a little bit so you can keep going to the end of the finish line. When you push too hard, you sometimes crash. I raced motocross growing up, and every time that I would push too hard, where I wasn't ready for that, or I was out of control with my decision making, not in full control of the bike, I knew it was coming. There's going to be a crash, and it might be on a simple task. It might be on going over a simple jump on a motocross track, but something is going to happen because you're not in control, because the consistency has wavered and the intensity is still there. Control is a hard thing to manage sometimes, but we are in control with our effort and our output. We are also in control of our recovery. Slowing down to speed up, subtract to add. Sometimes it's not a rest day or a rest period, it's recovery. And it's actually and efficiency enhancement. Recovery is part of efficiency. There is nobody that goes to the gym and works out that grows in the gym. They grow when they recover. How you treat your body outside of the gym is just as important as you do inside the gym. A consistent workout with high intensity, done 3 times a week, to 4 times a week, to 5 times a week, is only as good as your body's ability to adapt through the recovery. So if you're pushing all the time without the recovery side, you're not getting any better. You're just creating more issues down the road. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. So if you remember anything, sometimes when you're in a hurry, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. If you go on a roller coaster and it's up and down all the time, are you better off to have that up and down constantly back and forth? Or you better just kind of keep it steady and going at the same time? Keep it right where that red line is and just know that it's progress, not perfection. It's pushing forward when it's hard, but not pushing forward and setting yourself back. It's about having the ability to slow down a little bit and be more smooth. If you're consistent, if you're continually to make progress in a consistent manner, you're going to get the result you want. You got to have patience. And this is what I call persistent patience. I just learned this a few years ago that I have to be patient with the outcome. Persistence alone will not get me there because I will screw something up along the way. But if I'm patient with that outcome, if I'm patient with the result, it's going to be better and I'm going to get the result I wanted. So remember, persistent patience, persistent in the pursuit of greatness, patient with the outcome, and slow is smooth, smooth is fast. You have to plan accordingly. And the ultimate superpower to me is continuity. How long can you stay below that red line and not go above it and keep progressing and growing and learning at a maximal amount, but optimally? So you want to think about a max effort lift every week. It's not going to work out well. But if you can consistently be optimizing yourself and how you operate with your time, where you put your energy, you will continue to grow at a very rapid pace. And I promise you that the consistency part will definitely be a bigger growth curve than anything just intense. Persistent patience, slow, smooth, smooth is fast. See you at the finish line. Stop telling yourself one day. It isn't about one day, it's about day one. Today should be your day one. What you need isn't another day. What you need is clarity with the community to give you confidence to unlock your greatness. That's what the group coaching program is all about. Confidence, clarity, via commitment. Hit the show link in the notes. Let's start unlocking your greatness now, today.